Last 2 minutes. Last 1 minute, friends. Bring your awareness back to the body consciousness. Simply release your hands. Place them on your hands for 5 seconds. Slowly open your eyes. Let us begin with our applause for this wonderful invitation. Thank you all for coming to this Patriji's Remembrance Day. So it is a time to remember our Grandmaster, to remember the path that he has shown to all of us, and to express our gratitude. It's been 1 year. Patriji moved to higher worlds. Earlier he was in his physical body, working from, spreading from India or one place. Now he is spreading the message of meditation from everywhere, from all directions. So he is there in all of us. Let us express our heartful gratitude to Patriji. No matter how much ever we express, words will not enough to describe the work he has done. Do you agree? Yeah. So the amount of, the magnitude of the work he has done is tremendous. His work not only uplifted, the consciousness of this planet Earth, but also he has created this ripple effect. If you see, like in every country, we have Patriji warriors, light workers in every country, right? So now the message is going even in a more faster way. In every country, the followers, Patriji's followers, I never said to follow him, but we are following and we are taking his message and spreading. So the deepest gratitude to our Grand Master Patriji. Myself, Ravi Kiran, most of you know. I have come into meditation in 2007 when I was going through a deep depression phase, and I transformed myself. I was alcoholic, smoker, insomnia problem, family issues, fears and phobias. Within 40 days of practicing meditation, I completely transformed myself. Like me, there are millions of people across the world, so many people, because of Patriji, his commitment, his unwavering dedication. He always used to, he always says three things: meditation, vegetarianism, and pyramid power. Pyramid, using the pyramid energy. There are so many other messages, so many other things he spoke about. Mainly this meditation. If you go to him, ask Swamiji, I have a problem. Meditation. Swamiji, I have health problem. Meditation. Swamiji, I have financial problem. Meditation. For everything, and all of us realize the same, right? So now let us continue into the program. Saroja Gullapalli ma'am, she is going to be here in some time. Until then, we will start sharing a little bit about each of us, the transformation you had, the impact that Patriji's teachings on you. You can briefly explain about. I would invite Balraji to start with. Just a few words, sir. 2 minutes each of us until Saroja ma'am comes.
Good evening, everybody. My dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods. This is a phrase which I've been hearing from my dearest friend, our dearest friend. I don't know how do I express about what I have to say about this gentleman. Today we have assembled in honor of the services that he's rendered towards humanity. And I don't think a person could ever achieve that in his lifetime. Any normal human being would have not done what he's achieved for all of us. His humility is something which touched every one of us. He's created that relationship with everyone whom he met. And that's what makes him so special, so dear, so unique, and yet so different, but at the same time, so friendly. I mean, to me, he's a person of absolute humility. And he taught me when I came into meditation 3 years ago. Myself and my wife We had no clue about what meditation was all about. We had no clue about, yes, we were spiritual, which everybody is in their own way. But he introduced us meditation through the various Zoom sessions during the COVID time. And to me, that was the most wonderful, blissful blessing in disguise for all of us. And the journey started from there. And that journey is going on and on and on every day, every moment. I feel that I'm born as a person 3 years ago, actually. I'm actually living my life now because he taught me and he taught everybody around us what self-love is all about. To me, I think that is the most unique thing that we can ever take as from a person. His uniqueness of being, asking us to love us, the most wonderful human that he has been. Oh, we have Saroja ji with us now. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give myself a break time and straight on, jump on to why we have all assembled here. But before I hand over to Ravi back again, I just wanted to express my deepest gratitude to every one of you because, yes, he's vacated his body. I know that. But I find him in every one of you. In every one of you, he's there. He's created himself amongst millions of people all over the planet, all over the earth. And every time I see a person who is associated with PSSM, my heart goes out in gratitude towards him. I have no words to express because what he's given me and millions of us is the actual meaning of leading a life. And we're so proud that we are his brand ambassadors in whatever best capacities that we are in. And I'm sure every one of you feels proud about this feeling, which I feel myself personally. So I'm so happy today to be amongst my family, my Patrijis all around me. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
We only have few relatives after getting into meditation, so everyone is our, soul friends, soul relatives. So we have a very big family now.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I invite Patriji to introduce Saroja. Thank you, Saroja, coming from all the way from Australia. She made some time for us. Thank you so much. We are so happy. So,
Tell you what new transformation you have done. Thank you, Ravi, giving me this opportunity to meet with you, Saroja ji, on this beautiful, wonderful occasion for the Remembrance of Patriji. I don't know, just I need to start. When Ravi said, I need to introduce Saroja ma'am, I said, I didn't have my glasses, my reading glasses. So I think, Patriji made us transform this way. You don't need any reading glasses. He made the fonts bigger for me. So I'm here to introduce Saroja ma'am. Saroja Gullapalli is founder of Beyond Your Mind Foundation, Crystal Children Corner Academy, Saroja's self-empowerment platform, and Saroja's holistic living and awareness counseling program. She is an award-winning motivational speaker, self-empowerment coach, and holistic counselor, and the author of the book, The Red Rose. She received Victorian Multicultural Award for excellence from the Australian government in recognition of her meritorious service to the community. She also received the title of Brahma Vidwan Mani at the Spiritual Conference MBMC in Kartal, India in 2019. She was the chairperson at the International Conference on Integrating Spirituality and Holistic Living in Organizational Leadership in 2015 in Chicago. She has been offered the position of Professor in Spiritual Science by Vedic Wellness University in 2022. She is also a Devi Circle teacher of the process. Devi Soul, Wisdom Empowerment with Goddess Saraswati at the Path of Joy. By profession, Saroja ji is an engineer and a former senior corporate executive from on MNC in Melbourne, Australia. Over the past 16 years, conducting over 500 spiritual workshops in Australia and abroad on various topics related to happiness, law of attraction, transforming negative emotions, spiritual parenting, finding life purpose, and many other self-empowerment themes. She conducts inner child wisdom practical workshops for hundreds of participants every year. Through her current project, Crystal Children Corner Academy, she is currently reaching out to thousands of children from all around the globe. As part of this academy, along with her team of 50 teachers, she is imparting holistic wisdom in English and Telugu languages to children from ages 5 to 17 from over 20 countries. In 2022, through her Navodaya project, she has been reaching out to orphanages and juvenile homes to impart holistic wisdom. In 2020, she's narrated the untold story of Sita by Dina Mariam through her wisdom sharing sessions on Zoom. In 2021, she launched her wisdom sharing sessions in Telugu for the book 1,000 Seeds of by reading in Hindi language on PM's channel on Brahma Vandanam show, YouTube channel Saroja Self-Empowerment Workshops. Now, this was a brief introduction. I just want to say that I came into meditation. Madam, I have watched your YouTube Zoom session was on Jonathan Livingstone. And I think I was that bird who wanted to fly but didn't have the wings. But you have given me the wings, but it has given me the wisdom. You made me lioness, and I understood what is the true purpose of life. And I passed on as a mother legacy to my daughter. She was also on the journey, not sure what to do, with lots of throwing to the outside world. But your wisdom has given us vision, and we are both mother and daughter flying with this beautiful community. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause.
Let me try here. You need this technology sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't need a mic. Yeah, you guys know me too. Okay. Okay, Osman. Oh, is it going live? Many people ask me, and I. Okay. Okay, I'll make sure that I'm in that coverage of the camera. If I stand here, I'm okay? Okay. I like standing because I can see all of you much better. Yeah. This is not working? Let's try. Maybe यहाँ पे यहाँ रख दीजिए.
This one may have.
इसको यहाँ पे रख के देखिए.
Where is saying it's not working? Are you checking?
Hello?
No, it's going live.
Hello?
No, it's
Hello?
only not for us. So this one we have to use.
Yeah, I'll hold that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this is what.
That works.
That works?
That works. I guess.
Okay. I hope so. Okay. Okay, this is for us, right? I'll make sure this is for us. First of all, I'd like to see you all. In Hindi, they say, "Aankh bhar ke dekh lo." I really want to see you all, with complete, not with the physical eyes, but my astral eyes, my mental eyes. What a great opportunity to be flying almost half the world distance to see all my beloved masters. Physical distances don't matter, as we all know. I know many of you. As we all know, people have been complaining about COVID, but I think most of us have been quite happy about it in our own little ways, because COVID showed us that true world that really took us deep inside, peeling layer by layer and connecting to who we truly are. Before I start the session today, I would really like to start my session with thanking the COVID Mata, without whom I don't think we would have been where we are today. I'm audible to everyone? Yeah. So before I start the session, wholeheartedly, I would like to pay my regards, my respects, my gratitude, my love to Brahmashi Patriji. Thank you, sir, for making this world smaller, for bringing us all together, no matter where we come from. Today, most of us, wherever we are, many of us know that this great soul has done so much great work in our spiritual progression. So with that, I'll start the session today. I was, actually, this is the end of my Europe trip. So we started 3 weeks ago, and it all started in London, but I was there for very few hours. And from here, we started our Europe trip, and I'm back. So Earth is round. That's what London proves. I started from London, back in London. Yeah. This has been my vision. This has been my dream. Wherever I've been going, I've been meeting masters. And the love that all have shown really melts my heart. Because everywhere people say, there's no more love in this world. I don't believe it. There is so much more love in this world. If only each one of us could really go deep down where we are, and there's nothing but love. But to reach that point of love, that's one important thing we all have to realize is samarpan, surrender. As long as we hold on to who we think we are, I don't think we ever can even, come down to the top layer of that love. But generally, it has given me that opportunity to go step by step, one step deeper into me and touch that ocean of love, which is so beautiful. And I know many of you, or most of you, know what I'm talking about. I have been invited today, specifically saying that we are here on the Remembrance Day of our beloved Patri sir. Patri sir had been very keen on 3 things. Wherever he went, these were the three things he always said. I mean, he didn't even have to think. I've known Patriji for quite a long time. I'm not going to narrate my journey here because most of you know my journey. I talk a lot. I've given a lot of interviews, so I won't repeat all that. But 2002, and that's when I met this great master, had a lot of influence on my life. The three things that he has always told us: meditate, Swabhyay, read good books, and Sajjan Satsang. So that's what we are doing here today. Sajjan Satsang, like-minded people, we have all come together. Why do we have come together again and again? Only for one purpose. This journey that we have all embarked upon is not an easy one. It seems easy, but the moment we step out of that door and go into that materialistic world, it doesn't take long to forget everything and then go back into that rat race. So this is what that keeps us close to where we want to be. So all the 3 points are great points, but I give a lot of emphasis to Sajjan Satsang. So this is where I always want to be. I always want to be surrounded with great masters like you. So thank you all once again from the bottom of my heart for coming from whichever part of UK or London you have come here to meet me today. And for that, I'm very grateful to you, my dear masters. Very, very grateful. We all know the 18 principles, the guidelines of PSSM. I don't have to tell you guys about that. But what I'm going to share with you today, which will also keep very close to our master, for that's the main purpose we are here, Remembrance Day. Almost it's going to be 1 year. And what more can we talk? So I thought I'm going to talk to you a couple of things that he shared with me during his first visit when he came to Australia. So Patriji used to visit Australia quite often. And fortunately, the first session in Australia started at our place. It wasn't planned actually. It was supposed to be at someone else's place. See how universe evolves. That's what I say. We know very little about what's going to happen the next minute. But we still want to plan. Huh? It should be perfect. As I was coming with my dear host, Mahan, our son, who has been looking after us for the last 2 days while in London. Mahan, could you please stand up? I really want to thank you here today. Please give a big round of applause to I treat him as our son, so Mahan, who has been so kindly, accompanying us everywhere. So as I was traveling with Mahan, human beings, look at the watch, and one thing, people who know my sessions start out on time. I like to be, we don't want people to be waiting, but whether God has said, okay, you're going to be half an hour late, but you still want to plan. But at times, it's always good to let go, which is hard. Letting go is never easy. But the easiest thing is letting go. And the best thing is letting go. And in this world, when you learn what is letting go, many miracles start happening in your life. Till then, your life is very good. You're very successful. I'm not saying you can't be successful. You can be very successful, planning every minute, writing down your list, But then you really realize that let me for a change, let it go. And that's what is in big terminology we call surrender mode, samarpan. Then suddenly the life shifts. And without our knowledge, the whole universe starts supporting you. Very difficult for control freaks like us to really believe it. But I, through my life, have really learned that this is the only way. There's no other way at all. As most of you know, I'm an engineer. I have been working as a corporate executive in ExxonMobil, which is one of the largest MNC in the world. And whatever work I've been doing for 33 years needed a lot of control every minute, planning, organizing list upon list on the fridge door. But the day I realized that all those lists can go in the bin, and there is another one important list, which is just let go of your control, and really miracles started happening. So why did I talk about it? Because that relates back to my friend, philosopher and guide here, who wasn't meant to come to our house at all. Somewhere down the lane, there was another lady who had completely planned it. I get a phone call, 5 baje session tha, 5 o'clock session, and she rang me up at 2 o'clock. I'm at work because the session is not at our house. So I don't have to clean my house. I don't have to do anything. You know how it is when you're working, and especially in these countries, when you don't have much help. So I thought, I get a phone call. Amma, I really need your help. I said, what help can I do? So we can't have this session in our place. So feels like it's going to happen at yours. I made no arrangement for consent. Everything is planned, like so and so done. I have to leave work, I have to go pick up my children, and you know how it is. Working women, young children, deadly combination. Life can't be more complicated than that. So I was thinking, how am I going to do it? But then this letting go was not part of my life. So my God, I've got like 3 hours. And we had really promoted a lot because Manchester was coming for the first time. We knew quite a few people that come. And here at 2 o'clock, that gentleman was going to come at 5. I had 3 hours. And I work in the city, which is like 25 kilometers. So we go with MKS metric system, so 25 kilometers. So, of course, there's my dear husband, Harish, and I can't thank him enough. Harish, can you please stand up? I really want to thank you today. This is the man behind all my work. Whatever work I've been doing so far, Harish, I'm very grateful to you. Without your support, I don't think I would have been here today even talking. So, very humble about all the support you have given me throughout. So I asked him, I said, we have to start. So we started from work, whatever it was, came home, half an hour gone. You know, these things you can never forget. That's why I want to share how things happen in life. Reached home, and in the next 3 hours, I was like in the kitchen cooking because we don't know how many people are going to come. So I thought I'll cook for 50 people. I did it. Whatever. I'm pretty fast at cooking, and I can really turn things together quite quickly. I did it. 5 o'clock or 5:30, Patriji arrives, and he goes and picks up a seat, and Shiva Prasad, I don't know how many of you know Shiva Prasad sir. Yes, Shiva Prasad also accompanied along with him, and first time, so he's like checking everything. He does check when he comes first time to everyone's house, and he said, okay, Patriji sir, like this, Patriji. And people started coming. It was like a big mela, 100, 150, and people didn't even shut the door because people started going on outside. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, okay, my mind is still thinking about my food arrangements. That's what women are. Kisi ko khali pet nahi bhejna hai, you know, we have to make sure. What little did I understand was doesn't matter what you give, you know, it's not like you need to have 5-course meal, but that I understood later in life. Because Patriji made it very clear. You know, all you need is enough to fill stomach. You don't need a 5-course meal. But that was my mindset. So, and then the meditation happened. I was pretty new to meditation myself. Everything was happening so quickly in my life. People you have heard who have heard my interview or read my book, they know that my spiritual journey is not like one thing today, second thing tomorrow. Everything happened on a roller coaster ride. So even before I could wake up, like I was here yesterday, and God knows where I was. But that was my soul plan, and now I understand why it happened for whatever reason it happened. So, Patriji came, and then meditation happened. Wonderful meditation. But you know, guys, all throughout the meditation, what I was thinking, I'm thinking, 150 should I sneak out and take on rice cooker? Should I add rice cooker? You know, I'm not ashamed of telling that now because that is what we can think of. But Patriji would not let me move. Come and sit here. This is how he's very clear. Huh? He wanted to see me just. I'm thinking there is no one else to do there in the kitchen. If I don't get up, nobody knows what to do. So I was sitting there throughout. And finally I said, Yoga, let it happen. Whatever happens, I can't be bothered anymore. And it did happen. What happened was perfectly okay. Whatever we cooked was enough. I don't know how it was enough, but it was enough. So that's a miracle, isn't it? many times we think, we have to plan to the nth level, and when you suddenly realize that I can only do so much, that's the best moment in your life. Now things are going to happen. So in that first visit, because we talked about first visit, I wanted to tell you this one in Patriji's thing. But in that first visit, Patriji really discussed about a couple of things with me. And I don't know if they are anywhere in the website because they don't talk about it. 18 principles, people write about that. But today what I thought I'll discuss with you is 5 things, 6 things actually, which we discussed a lot in the first visit. So whenever we talk about universe or us, it's not two things, isn't it? It's one thing. We are part of the universe and universe is part of us. We call macro universe, micro universe. One is another one is in this. So there are a couple of laws of universe that we all need to understand and remember. And these are the laws. When you say universe laws, it's like those physics laws of gravity. People say, law of gravity, I don't believe, whether you believe it or not, you drop an apple, it's only going to come down. Just because you don't believe the Newton's law of gravity, apple is not going to go up, isn't it? So these laws are also something like that. Initially, when people hear about this law, there are a lot of people say, kya bakwas hai? Whether you believe or not, this is what the universal truth is. So these are the truths that we discussed, and I thought I'll share that. So there are 5, 6 things that we always need to remember, whether you are a person who has just stepped into spirituality or you've been seeking the spirituality for quite some time. These 6 principles always help us to remember where we are and how we are progressing in life. Simple understanding. So today I thought, while I was driving along with Mom, that was when I had some time. So I was thinking, which concept do I share today? I thought, no, I'm not sure, how people are. Have you just started your meditation or your pick something that is really relatable to all of us, and we don't need any prior knowledge to really get to where we are. Huh? So the first law is law of consciousness. Law of consciousness, right? Consciousness, very big word, isn't it? And first time I heard consciousness, I thought, is it talking about some alien? Because no matter how many times people say, you are the consciousness, nahi lagta na? It feels like consciousness is an alien and we are somewhere. Though we are part of that, consciousness is part of us, we don't feel that, but we're still going to talk about what is this law of consciousness. So there are 6 things that I'm going to talk today. And my dear friends, I really love question answers, right? So if anything goes just above your head or if you're feeling, what the hell is she talking about? I know there is dinner followed by this. There's dinner, isn't it? Yeah. So I really don't need much food because Mahan fed me well on the way. So you guys can really be with me. I love to talk, and anything that's really too complicated, please come and talk to me. I want to keep this session simple so that everyone understands. But if you want to know more, I'll be more than happy to sit here even till midnight, and then Mahan can drive, I can sleep. That's all right. Yeah. I don't have to drive. So law of consciousness. Before we understand what is law of consciousness, we all need to understand a little bit more about this universe. Right? We got this young girl here. We got the woman here, the gentleman there. We're saying they're all consciousness. We are that consciousness. What is that consciousness? Every time we say that, we want to relate to something that because we don't feel that divinity within ourselves. So we are hoping that that divinity is somewhere there on the attic. So the day we stop feeling that divinity is somewhere else, we'll start saying we are part of this consciousness. Yeah. Even in Sanskrit, they say, Tattvamasi, that is you. What is that? That doesn't mean that it is miles away. That is here only. But it's the way we talk because of the feeling. We don't feel that that consciousness is here. Very soon, we're going to change the terminology. And who is going to change? You and I. When we start feeling that the consciousness, we're feeling it here, then we won't say Tattvamasi. we'll say this pharmacy, isn't it? Not that pharmacy, yeah? So it's all how human beings feel that logics and concepts have been developed. But it is upon you and me to change all that terminology into a language, which will make us feel whatever I'm saying today. We all have to feel that, and that's when the terminology will change. So, before we talk about the big subject of consciousness, we need to understand the science of energy. Many of you may know it quite well. I'm not going to go down to very basics, but I'll try to keep it a level we all understand. So earlier I was talking about the girl, me, woman, man, all. Now we'll make it a little bit more. I was going to say a little bit lower level, but there's nothing like lower and higher, but we humans like this higher, lower, first rank, second rank, so we'll talk in that line. Now we're coming down to material things, table, a picture, camera. Everything is consciousness. It's very hard to believe. So what we're going to do is put the word consciousness away for some time, try to understand in an easier language, and then we will bring the consciousness back. We're still in the first law, but this law is very important. Unless we understand the law of consciousness, there is no scientific research that we can progress in spirituality. And you all know we are quite spiritual scientists, is it? And if you say no, then this man won't agree, you know. He wanted each one of us to be spiritual scientists. It's not like we hear the term, okay, someone must have said that, we will accept. No, we won't accept. We will only accept when this fellow says, yes, I got it. Yeah, that's what spiritual scientists are. They don't agree, you know, okay, you keep talking until the cows come back home, but I have to feel that it's right. Then it becomes my wisdom. When does knowledge become wisdom? Knowledge is there everywhere. You open Vedas, you open books, you know, I'm talking. This is all knowledge. I'm imparting knowledge. Books are important. But when does this become wisdom? When that knowledge you can adopt and you can make it your knowledge. Your knowledge means you change that terminology in a language that you can relate to. Then it becomes your wisdom. So never leave anything at knowledge level. Then it should become just Tatvamasi. It's there. You have to bring it here. And that's where it becomes from knowledge to individual wisdom. So this is the problem when I start talking, you know, I won't assume that people know, and sometimes I go into too much of details, but you've got to bear with me, yeah? Because I just don't want that one person here who might feel that, oh, see, I'm the only one who doesn't know, and you know, everyone else knows. There won't be anyone like that. We all will be at the same level, whatever I'm talking about. So, coming back to law of consciousness, what I was saying is, we will use a simple term. Today, for the sake of understanding the personal consciousness, we're going to talk about energy. Little bit more understandable now. Consciousness we can't see anywhere, even energy we can't see anywhere. But sometimes we think we can feel energy. Even if you don't think you can not feel energy, no problem. Light is energy, we all can see light, so definitely energy is there. I'm talking, you can hear sound energy. So there is energy, we all know. This is what is the starting point for this love consciousness. Everything in this universe, whether it is a visible universe or an invisible universe. So there are two kinds of universes. If one is visible, then the other one has to be invisible, isn't it? It's opposite. So what is invisible universe? A bit complicated, invisible. I'm going to explain it. So what is, I just love, you know, when children come here. How old are you? So grateful to you. You know what? I'll be looking in my sections for children. I love when children come. And that's why I started Crystal Children Corner Academy. Because if you are not here, then who is going to pass all this knowledge to the next generation? And your name, darling? Thank you, Vaishnavi, for being here. So don't hesitate, okay? Only exception for you is as I talk, you can interrupt me. Others will discuss later, otherwise this session won't go ahead, right? But you can stop me. So Vaishnavi had this question, your mother of Vaishnavi? Yeah, thank you for bringing her. So Vaishnavi was asking, what is visible, what is invisible? See, I looked at question mark on her face, I can't move forward, she's in the first row. So she's like Hermione in Harry Potter, you know, you have to answer her question, yes? So visible world means we have 5 sensory organs. You understand what are 5 sensory organs? We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can see, right? These are our 5 sensory organs. Anything that you can feel in this world through these 5 sensory organs is our visible world. But then you might wonder, what is there that you can't feel with these 5 sensory organs? There are worlds that we can't see, we can't hear, we can't smell them, neither can we taste, can't feel. So when we move away from this physical world, physical means our earth world is all very, this 5 sensory organs world, and we call it visible world, but there's a lot in the universe that we can't see. While you're in this physical body, you can't see. And that's why I've termed all that world that's invisible, right? So invisible is the one which we can't access through our 5 sensory organs. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So back to where we were. Anything in this universe, now I'm not talking about the earth alone. Everything in this universe is some form of energy. But then why do they look different? That's the question, isn't it? Why does your jacket look like a jacket? Why does this look like a table? The small thing that we all need to understand, energy travels in waveform. We all know that, isn't it? Energy travels in waveform. These waveforms have different frequency, like sound energy has got one kind of a frequency at which it travels. Light energy is another kind of frequency. So every energy wave that travels has its own frequency. So it's going up and down either faster or slower. Depending on that frequency, when it comes down to the material world, reducing the frequency, we see that in different forms. That means this table is form of energy that is vibrating at one frequency. You can only see it in this form. This portrait, that's also energy, but the frequency is different. So the only reason why we are seeing in different forms, including my body, it's all energy vibrating at different frequencies. The moment we understand this, it appears very simple, but try to translate that in your day-to-day life. Every thought that is coming out of your head is an energy wave. Every word, the reaction that we do is energy. So what we need to understand is, in this creation, everything is a form of energy. And if we take the energy, one previous version of energy, that is consciousness. So even that energy is starting from consciousness. I can explain consciousness a little bit more, but if it gets complicated, it's okay, we can talk about it later. So I started with explaining energy first because it's easy for us to understand what is energy, how it is translating to what we are seeing. Consciousness is the mother of energy. That means all this energy waveforms that we are talking about is birthing from consciousness. So what the hell is this consciousness? That is where people who understood, they understand, but they can't explain it in words. See, that's the problem with spirituality is many times when the penny drops, you know what penny drops is? When the penny drops, I understand. Then the next person will say, you understood? Can you please explain me? See, I'm not getting that. Why? This is the problem. That is why when people go into ecstasy during meditation, the next person will say, how is it? How did you feel like? Beautiful, but I can't explain. Because in our dictionary, there are not enough words to explain those terminologies that are beyond this materialistic world. So we all need to understand. That's why people who got enlightened, they quickly packed their bags and moved ahead because they don't know what to tell to the next person. Who was it? I can't explain you, man. You wait. That's the basic thing, When you're sitting in meditation, suddenly the heart chakra opens. The heart chakra is always open. Now you are able to connect to that heart chakra. I'm going to come to that chakra. See, that's why I'm very careful when I introduce the terminology because I had to use this example. When your heart chakra is very close to your heart is on your left side, I'm assuming yours is on there, and chakra is between your lungs, right? Right at that height. Yeah. So chakras, we've got a young girl here, and it's so nice that even if adults are always shy, oh, if I ask what is Anahata chakra, I'm the only one who doesn't know, you know. We always do that, but they don't have problems. See? So we'll use her excuse to explain all those things that we want to learn. Yeah? So what are chakras? Chakras are energy junctions throughout our energy body that feed. So we have got 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. They're all junctions like a railway junction. You know, you have your Victoria Station, London, from where you have got all the trains going. Like that, we've got one junction here, another one here, another one here, and then the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. Then there are like 3. Yeah. So what does this chakra do? This chakra gives energy to all the organs that are close to this part of the body. Yeah, that makes sense? Because you need energy. That's another subject. I'm not going to move forward if I get stuck in chakra, but I think this is what happens in my session. And that's why the dear Sri Lakshmi knows that once we started session at Australia time 8 p.m., and we finished the session at 3 a.m. in the morning. So kudos to her and all the people who were there with her on Zoom. I kept asking every 3 hours, Sri Lakshmi, Amma, can we close the session? No, madam, just keep going. We did that, Sri Lakshmi, didn't we? And we were there for 7 hours. So I love talking. So you guys have to be very careful with me, right? Otherwise, I'll be here till day after tomorrow morning till my flight from Gatwick leaves. Right? So when I was talking about Anahata chakra, so when people feel that Anahata chakra, and there's pouring love, Why there is pouring love? Because we are love. Even before all that you see, the origin is love. The love flows in all the direction. Even if we can close our eyes for a minute, and if you can just listen to what I'm saying, and if you connect your Anahata chakra, which is here, you will feel, first of all, it will fill up all this area. It's a nice feeling. You don't have to explain what that feeling is, but when you start feeling that, that is love. First, it will fill you up. Then it will go all around and it will connect to everyone. And when people say, oh, and tears start rolling. Why? Because when you're in this physical body, that kind of a phenomena we are not used to. We only give love when we say, what have you to give to me? Right? Okay, then I'll give you something. That's the life we are living. So we only know, that two-way love, but here it is the one-way love that does not need anything. And tears start rolling down because this love doesn't need anything back. And it's a great feeling, Many people think you're crying. You're not crying. That is the nature of love. When love starts oozing out, there won't be any explanation. But then if somebody asks, say, what did you say your name was? Sorry, I forgot. Vaishnavi, why are the tears rolling down your cheeks? I can't explain, I feel so full here and everything appears good, right? So that's why I gave you this example. But there are so many things that you start going inside your inner journey that you can't explain them. And consciousness is that kind of a word. So today I'm going to make a small attempt. People who understand consciousness, who feel consciousness well and good, kudos to you people, but we also have to take the others along with us forward. So we'll make a small attempt on trying to understand together what is consciousness. Such an easy thing consciousness is if we don't make it complicated. It's just the feeling that I exist, that's all. The eternal presence. I'm not going to use any more big terms. Let's start small. If you stop thinking for a while, Vaishnavi, what are you doing? You're just existing there, isn't it? There's nothing more than that. Will you exist tomorrow? Yes. Did you exist yesterday? Yes. Will you exist in 10 years' time? Yes. Did you exist 100 years back? Yes. Did you exist 1,000,000 years back? Yes. Will you exist 1,000,000 years later? Yes. All consciousness is the feeling that I exist, the infinite. Why did I use the word infinite? Because it has got nothing to do with time. This feeling always exists, just the existence that you are here. eternal presence. Anant Upasthiti. People who are seeing my TV show Brahmanandam, there I have explained episodes and episodes. Just one word, I have explained for multiple episodes what is the consciousness, the infinite presence. You don't have to do anything. There is nothing to be done. If you want to feel who you are, just stop thinking. That is what you are, and that is consciousness. So that consciousness doesn't have to be just in you and me. That consciousness has translated itself into every form, including you and me. We human beings think we are very clever because we are sentient beings, we got logic, we got analysis. Doesn't make us any greater than anything else, including this. This is one form, we are another form. So when we come to forms, because we need to understand this, why do things look different? Because when consciousness started expressing itself, because if consciousness did not express itself, then it would just be there, no energy, no expression, you and I won't be there. It will be just that eternal, infinite presence. That's what it is. People who understand the philosophy of Aham Brahmasmi, if you take out the Brahma, because that's very complicated. The moment Brahma comes, we remember four heads. That's what we told Brahma. Take the Brahma out of it, right? No thoughts. Because the moment we start relating to people, things, thoughts. If you take out Brahma, then what is there? Aham and Asmi. I just exist. That's what is consciousness. And that is what is the law of consciousness. And this gentleman and I used to have long discussions about this first law to understand better that everything that is translated into this material world or immaterial world is an expression of the consciousness. We can never forget. How do you test this? When you're going on the road, I seriously tell you, when you're going on the road, that's when, you're fully into material things because people around, that's when you stop. First law of consciousness. Just bring back all the law of consciousness. What are we learning about law of consciousness? Everything is an expression of consciousness. In that junction, if you can remember that you are an expression of this consciousness, tick. Very easy to sit in this room and say that I'm an expression of consciousness. Get into a bus, get into a busy tram. You're surrounded with people are pushing them. Let me try those laws of consciousness. We all need to do that. Very easy to sit in a meditation, close your ears, close your eyes. There's no disturbance in this room. The real challenge is walk out of this into that busy world and then start applying whatever. And if you can still get back the concept there, tick. Pehla kadam, tick. Honestly, Master, that is where all this practice is. It's no point sitting here closing eyes for hours together. That doesn't mean stop meditation. Absolutely not. Meditation is a practice to bring it into our daily life. Just 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 ghanta meditation kiya. I did 8 hours meditation. Very good, but it doesn't stop there. Can you open your eyes, walk into that material world, and can you still be in that thoughtless state? That is where the test of this practice is. I tell this everywhere. If you are only be able to be in thoughtless state when you are in your closed room, what's the point? What's the point? Take that knowledge, go back into your life and apply. Husband and wife fighting. Now apply. Go into a thoughtless state. Can you? Heart will be boiling, inside the anger will be. And then you have to go into thoughtless state. Practice now. Really. That is when we have to apply. It's not job. Meditation. Don't stop your practice just with meditation. I'm not saying stop meditation. You need that's the first step. But if you have been doing meditation for a year, 2 years, what else are you doing to make your life better? The journey doesn't stop here. Why? Second law. Law of reincarnation. Everyone, I know most of you, or 100% of you who are here, know and believe that we reincarnate. Is there anybody who feels that we don't reincarnate? This is the only life? I'm not criticizing, I just want to know if anybody feels that, please raise your hand. Nothing wrong, it's a healthy discussion. Vaishnavi, do you understand what's reincarnation? Yeah, very good. So I'm assuming we all understand reincarnation. But when I talk about this laws of the universe, we need to definitely talk about it. Law of reincarnation. That means the soul is driver of this body. Yeah, I just want to have, which we are so proud of, would not be functioning if we didn't have the driver in that driver's seat. And that's the soul driving this life, right? And I'm sure everyone knows. And when this body finishes, we all know the soul is not going to go there. So the driver is just going to jump out of this trap and we just go on another bus. So all he has changed is his vehicle from tram to bus, bus to rickshaw, rickshaw to auto, everything like that. That is the law of reincarnation, right? I think second law is very easy, so we don't have to talk about it. But we need to talk everything because that's what this great man discussed with me face to face in his first visit. So today we are remembering him. So let's use this time to talk about all those beautiful things that we discussed. And each spiritual seeker needs to know it and understand and digest it well as part of his blood. Should not be just like, he's somebody else's knowledge. No, I understand. So it has become my wisdom. That leads us to the third law. What is third law? Third law is law of constant progression. Yeah. First of all, let's talk about progression. What is progression? Progression word comes from progress. Yeah, you know what is progress? When we are progressing in something like earlier, I used to run for 5 minutes only. And then I used to say, oh my God, I can't. And the next day, I'm running for 10 minutes. And after that, 15, 20, 30. So that's the progression, isn't it? I'm progressing. Law of constant progression. What we need to understand in that is this man, who's in the driving seat. And what did I call it? The soul. Yeah. This soul, why is he changing? Or why is she? Actually, it's not he or she, but we just have to give some gender. Otherwise, our Oxford dictionary will not let me make sentences properly, right? So let's call he, for example. Or if you want Vaishnavi, for a change, let's call she. Everyone calls he. Okay, masters, today in this session, the soul is only she because nobody calls she. Everybody says he. So today is she. Is that okay, sir? Just for once, give us a chance. Yeah, so and she. So, very difficult for me to start with she, mindset, belief system, right? So, what happens is, why is the soul, she, changing the vehicles, one day tram, the next life bus? Why? Not because it has got nothing else to do. It's just finding some beautiful vehicle. No, because the soul, it starts its journey from point A, and it is progressing with every vehicle. Every vehicle is different bodies. To progress. Where is it progressing? Everyone needs to understand why we are progressing. Where are we going? These questions should come in everyone's mind. Now each one of us is living like 80, 90. My mom is 95. So, we're all living for a long time. What the hell are we doing? Isn't it? 100 years, what are we doing? And this life finishes, the next life, another 100 years. Where the hell are going all these centuries of years in our life? So let's talk about it. So what is happening here is every life that we incarnate in has got a purpose. So why purpose? Because if I start from point A, my whole soul journey, and the destination is Z, A to Z, that's fine, isn't it? You guys say Z or Z? Thank God. Yeah. In US, I have to change my terminology. They won't understand Z, I have to say Z. Right. So if you start from A, everyone is going to finish at Z. Whether you meditate or you don't meditate, whether you do good or bad. We need to understand this, okay? Everyone has started from point A. What is point A? When the soul started its journey, right? I didn't want to go more detail, but I will because Vaishnavi is here, right? Because I don't want Vaishnavi to go back and think, where did the soul come from, right? Yeah, Saroja. Parents, yeah, they're having a good life. Then they thought, nah, we want Vaishnavi in our lives. And they gave birth to you, right? Like that, our soul has a mother soul. Actually, people say father soul, but today all gender changed, huh? All, it doesn't matter what you say. In spiritual terms, we call it Purnatma, over self. That's the word it is. Purna means complete. Atma is soul. A soul that is complete. What does complete mean? A soul that has completed its journey becomes a Purnatma. If once a Purnatma stage is reached, then like how mother and dad wanted Vaishnavi, our Purnatma also wants Anshatmas. Anshatmas means baby soul journey start. So we are part of that Purnatma, or our mother soul or father soul is a soul that has completed the progression, and then we came out of them. Now, why we come out? Because we also will do our journey and reach the destination. What was the destination, question? To become a Purnatma, isn't it? So that's all it is. All this journey that we are here, we are doing these sessions, we are going out, we are doing, it's a journey to become a Purnatma. Is that all, madam? Nothing else. Unfortunately, that is what it is. There is no more story I can add to this. Really, if a person understood the real meaning of all this we are doing, then you know what he will get? Virakti. In Hindi we say Virakti. Is this all this journey is becoming a Purnatma? What the hell am I doing all this? Yes. That is why when a person really understands Vedanta, he thinks enough. All this garbage is enough. I know what I'm doing, where I have to go. And that's where the real sannyasa starts. Sannyasa doesn't mean wearing a saffron robe and taking a big jola and asking for no. It is when you realize what is this journey about. If this is what it is, then I don't have to go through all this, isn't it? But life becomes easy after that. Because the final ultimate is becoming a Purnatma. Okay, I will become a Purnatma. Whether you do meditation, you don't do meditation, does not matter. But the difference is, the person who does meditation might climb in 3 steps and become Purnatma. The other person will take 200 steps. So it's up to us. The other person will say, I like going the long way. Who is going to stop me? Nobody stops. So we can make 500 steps, 1,000 steps. It's up to us. But after a while, when the soul starts its journey, then it's a baby soul. So the journey can be divided into 3 parts. This whole journey can be divided. Please raise your hand if there's any question, because this is a topic each one of us. Yes, madam. Very good. Madam, are you married? Do you have children? Why do you have the desire to give birth to a child? No, even dog has babies. It's just not that human being alone have children, isn't it? So did you give birth because you're a human being, or you had any other desire? Okay. Though some of us don't understand why we are doing it, everyone wants to protect their identity. We know we are not going to be here for long, right? We're going to be extinct. You and I has got expiry date. To keep our identity going, we all like our footprints to continue. So there are multiple reasons why people give birth to children. Because we don't think, when I ask questions like this, why did you give birth? People are not able to answer. But I'm going to ask this before I start answering. I would like to give a chance to somebody else. Madam, why did you give birth to Vaishnavi? Did somebody force it? Why did you do it? Sorry? Parampara. Because your parents gave birth to you, you should give birth to someone. Is that what it is? Yeah? That's it. See, he has a wonderful thank you. So some people want the lineage to go on. That is how species protect themselves. When the reproduction stops, that species will go doom. That's why some species are extinct, isn't it? And so the World Heritage, but there's a bigger reason beyond it. When you have children, did you also want it parampara to go on? Is that why you gave birth to your children? One of the reasons I gave birth because I wanted to see my legacy, my identity, like a gardener. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly. That's why I ask this many questions and answers are almost same. You want to see yourself expressed to somebody, and that doesn't come from here. That comes from here. People who give birth to children, they're not thinking. They're only thinking from here. If they stop this and only think here, they won't give birth to children. Because I know we have a colleague, both wife and husband, they're executives, one working for bank and the other one, my husband's colleague, Ken Dixon, isn't it? They never gave birth to children. Why? Because they were thinking from here. If they give birth to children, then we can't have this kind of a life. At the moment, they don't even cook. They didn't have kitchen in their house, they never built. Because you only ate outside. That's not possible when you have children, isn't it? You need 2 kitchens. Every room has a kitchen for God. So, when you start thinking, children won't come. Only this gives birth to a child. No matter how much in financial crisis you are, who cares? I want my blood. I want my expression to be seen. For the reason that we are doing our children, Purnatma also wants to see the same thing. Everyone, many people say that. What did Purnatma do? I'm here. I don't want this life. Did I ask Purnatma that I wanted to be born? Then we have to ask a question. Did I ask my mother, give me birth, but she gave? That is exactly why. And the question is, where not give birth to me? And today, look where I am. All this nonsense, this challenge. I don't have enough money to send my children to private school. I can't go to holiday property. What kind of stuff is this? Right? So that's only a part of life that we are seeing and we are questioning. And that's why I asked mothers, but actually the father was very good. Sir, what's your name? Vijay, thank you, sir. Thank you. And that's exactly why. We want the legacy to continue because we want to see ourselves through our children. That's the only reason why every parent wants to see their expression through their children. Purnatma also is doing the same thing. It finished its journey. Now it wants Anshatma to see how to make progress, like how we give birth, and then the child is walking. He falls down, hold his hand, and if he does something good, clap, clap, clap. Purnatma does exactly that. The problem is you can't, with this sensory organs, you can't see your Purnatma. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. So that's what I think. Were you here all the while, or you just walked in? Yeah. So this has been going on for some time, so just travel along with this. So we are going through the soul cycle. So by the time we finish, maybe you'll understand. So as I was saying, that's the reason why children, why Anshatma, right? So coming back to where we were, so this soul journey, to make it more understandable, we divide it into 3 parts. Yeah, just for our understanding, it makes it easy. So the whole cycle of the soul is divided into 3 parts. The first part we call it as infant soul, Shaishavatma. Shaishav means child. Shaishava. Then it is the middle one where it's an adult soul. Just like human beings, child, adult. And then it is mature soul, Vruddha Atma. Yeah, Vruddhatma, Vruddha means old, right? So that's how we divide our soul cycle into 3 parts: the infant soul, the mature soul, the adult soul, and the Vruddhatma, the old soul, right? So what happens what were we talking? We should never forget the topic. So I always want to correct from where we started. The third law, we finished 2 laws. We were talking about law of constant progression. So what is constantly progressing? What is constantly progressing is the progression in this journey. So what is progressing? Now, this is the crux of our life. So try to understand. If it is difficult, we'll go through this in the end. What the hell are we progressing in this cycle? So when we started from Shaishavatma, the baby soul, we took a life. Then we take another life. So while we are in that baby soul phase, the first phase, we would have taken like 50, 60, 70 incarnations. Then we come to the middle band, just for the sake of understanding. Here we take another 200, 300 incarnations in this middle path. And then you come to the third phase, which is the Vruddhatma, the mature soul. There's some 50, 60. So when you're going through these earlier phases, you will never have the question that what the hell am I doing? Do I even have to meditate? First of all, you will not come across meditators. Like how I didn't come across till 2002. I didn't even know there is something called meditation. You have to close your eyes. Nothing. In fact, the lady who taught me meditation, I thought she was hypnotizing me. Because, no, we have to be honest, isn't it? The lady said, sit down. I sat down. Cross your feet. Interlock your fingers. Shwasamida jhasa, focus on your breath. I did. And I was gone. 3 hours later, I didn't know it was 3 hours. I thought it was only 5 minutes. And the lady's like, get up, get up. She thought I'm dead or something. She thought people can be dead even by sitting down. She has to fall down. I was like, and then I'm thinking, why somebody is disturbing? I'm seeing all these beautiful sceneries. Why? And I said, why disturbing you? Amma, 3 hours, are you okay? 3 hours? Yeah, 12 o'clock I sat and I got up at 3:30. So I thought, oh, she hypnotized me. Because I'm an engineer, isn't it? Logic. Science and logic, we're all logic. So definitely she hypnotized me. Then I asked her, did you hypnotize me? Oh, no, I didn't hypnotize. Then what the hell did I do? You call this meditation. So see, I didn't know what was meditation, right? But when it happened, right? How it happened, I'll tell you that also. Because in this law, we need to understand this third law is the story of our lives. If we understand this very well, then when we walk out of the door, everything will make sense. Like, oh, we know why this is happening. Even the other fellow, if he says something, why you're saying that? That is where we need to reach. Everything should start making sense. And then life becomes easy. And then we all start laughing. That guy is scolding. That time you get angry, but 1 second later, I know why you're. That stage, that is the stage we all have to reach, right? And then that is where the spiritual scientists are led to. That's the knowledge we need to gain. So I was telling you this. When you are a Shaishavatma, the first, you will never have this question that, what is this life? Who am I? No. That life is all about what are we cooking today? All right, how do I earn money? Or that guy is quite cruel to me. How do I take revenge? You're into complete materialism. The first 2 phases of life are, enjoying. When you are a Shaishavatma, the life is a little bit different. Where did you come from? You came from Purnatma, right? So Purnatma is like your mother or father. So you come out of that. And this soul, whatever the Purnatma is, what it does is, because it's come out of its divinity, it's completely divine because it hasn't had any materialistic life. Who would understand? If you talk to somebody and you give them a big slap, they'll be looking at you and you won't even feel like slapping back. He's thinking, why is he slapping? Poor fellow. Even to the people who are doing harm to you, you will not have any bad feelings. Shaishavatmas are like that. They are full of divinity. Yet, that materialism experience has not gone into them. Not yet. Not yet. Right? But slowly, one incarnation after another, slowly they start getting into the contrast. What is contrast? Dvandhatvam, duality. Till then, they don't understand good, bad. They don't know all this. They only know do good, because that's what divinity is. There's nothing like doing harm to anyone. What did we learn in spirituality? Don't do any harm. Don't interfere with anyone's life. They are living that because they have just started their journey. But when you come into that middle one, is where the main drama goes on. All Shadayantras, all conspiracy theories, everything is happening in that middle part. You need to, nothing wrong about it. That is when you're completely into this materialism and you need that experience. So now, why are we doing this journey? Is for experience. What experience? To know what life, every kind of experience. Now the question is, not really. You can also learn from other experience, right? But that thought will only come when you go in the third phase, I don't have to burn my fingers. I can see my friend burning her fingers and understanding, oh, that's fire, right? But that knowledge only could get into it. What experience? Question should come automatically, isn't it? What I said so many lifetimes, every lifetime is for experience. Why does soul want experience? Now, this could be a little bit difficult to understand, but because I started this topic, I cannot leave it undone. And if for any reason you don't understand this, it's okay. When your time is right, the knowledge will go through, but it has to start somewhere and your day is today. So I am going to touch this. Why does soul need this experience? Before I start this answering, I'll finish this. When the soul has had all kind of experiences, everything that exists in this material world, acha, bura, ugly, beautiful, you name the duality, after it has done every kind of experience, dukan band, khel khatam, now the soul says, time for me, goodbye. I have done every bit. Now I know what it is to be me. So, why did soul want all this experience? To know who it is. Why does it want to know who it is? Now, if suppose in this room, I lock 20 people, they're all tall people, right? And they have not seen anyone else except this tallness because they've been locked in this room for God knows how long. And someone tells them, you're very tall. What would they understand? They've never seen a short person. All relative, isn't it? Everything in this world is relative. Every experience is relative. If I give someone, I always say this, so people think I like jalebi. Honestly, I don't, but jalebi always comes to my mind. If I give somebody a jalebi who has never eaten it and it's so sweet, what is he going to compare it with? So if you need to understand what is sweet, you must have eaten savory. Then sweet and savory are opposite. So why do we have different experiences? If I only experience love, you won't know what love is. Because that's all you have known. To understand what is love, you have to experience what is hatred. What's stupidity, madam? I've never heard this before. So today you're hearing it, right? It sounds so weird. But that is the life. If you want to know what is love, you have to experience hatred. So this one life, the soul comes and says, this life, my mission statement is to understand what is hatred. That's how we come down. Every life we choose a theme. This life, my theme is hatred. In that life, no matter how good you are to people, you're only going to get hatred. Why? That's your theme. But what we do after coming? This world is so bad to me. I'm being good to everybody, but all I have is hatred. Think for a minute. What does it have to do? Time to think. It was your plan. It wasn't anybody's plan. It was your plan to come down in that life and understand the theme of hatredness. Right? So that life, from everywhere, hatred. Oh, Vaishnavi, I don't like you. Vaishnavi. I'm going in depression. Everyone, see, this is how humanity is. Because why? Because we don't understand the bigger plan. Why we don't understand bigger plan? Nobody tells us. Nobody tells us that this is how life is. They only tell, study well because you have to become a doctor, right? Study well, otherwise, in India they say you have to clean vessels or you have to sit on the road begging. Yeah, every parent says this. Or Bhikhari ban jayega. Yeah, in Telugu means like you become a beggar. Because that is reverberating in your mind like you go, oh my God, if I don't study, I'll go adukotinu. So whether you like it or not, you don't want to be a doctor, but this is exactly how life is. Nobody tells us that you understand what is your plan for this life. Nobody tells, no one tells. No one asks the child, what is your sole plan in this life? No. Yes, madam? Nobody. Actually, we should be the starting point, right? Nobody says, oh, in this lifetime, what did you plan? Instead, they say, what do you want to become? Or are you earning well? You might have earned enough in the last life. But this life, when you don't get money, oh, everyone has got big jobs. I don't have a job. Why? Because your dream in this life was to be a beggar. Why? Because that is another experience. How does it feel to be poor? Duality, dwal. In one life, experience of being rich. In another life, experience of being poor. So why are these duality only on this physical plane? Because the soul needs to have this experience. That is all this life is about, my dear masters. And if you're thinking anything more, please come down to this plane. There's nothing more than this. This is what the life is for. Experience, 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 experience. When the soul has all kind of duality, every form of experience, that is when it closes its shop and put the board closed, right? Now, I was telling you why the hell did soul need the experience. Going back to that jalebi experience, unless you have eaten samosa, you can't appreciate jalebi. If all your life you are eating sweets, jalebi, you won't know that it's good or bad. What do you compare with? Now, let's come back to our consciousness. Consciousness is where everything has started from. No form, absolutely. What did I say consciousness was? Just the presence, the existence that I am, I exist. That's all. That's the feeling. There's no form, there's no soul, nothing. The shunyata. I'm introducing new words now because we need to know this. Problem is, our adults never told us these words because if we introduce these words, we may not be able to explain them. But no, let's introduce. Introduction is a good way. The next time we will go a little bit further. Next time when I come to London, we'll start from here, right? So we've got all our lives to discuss about. So everything that has started from void. Void means nothing. And in Sanskrit, we say shunyata. Shunya, nothing. Your people call it purna, shunya, everything is the same, right? When that consciousness wanted to know itself, people say, what is consciousness? It's a pure form of love and bliss. That is who you are. But you can't feel it. Why we can't feel it is another story. But what you are is a source of love and joy. That's all it is. Joy. You're bubbling with joy. Again, people who are listening to my Telugu wisdom sharing of 1,000 Seeds of Joy and Brahmanandam, they know what I mean. Because I'm in 125th episode. Like this story, very difficult to make us understand the concept of void. Word is simple, but when you talk about it, it has to go on till you feel it. Only then you can say that I understand this topic. Am I right, Ren? Yeah. So this particular void, which is the beginning of everything, wanted to know itself. You may say, oh, you are the source of love, you are the source of joy. But you're not going to agree till you have felt it, isn't it? All these life forms that have come down as a manifestation of that energy that came out from that shunyata. So that shunyata, trying to make it as simple as I can, from void to energy, then lower form of energy. Lower doesn't mean anything good or bad. Lower form of energy so that it can be converted into dense material that we can see. that we can relate to. So that way the soul has taken in different forms, right? To go through this experience to know its true form. So when it goes through hatred, then when we have all that, no, that is not me. See, ticking the box, we go through everything. What do we feel like? When we start enjoying that eternal joy and love, that is when you understand that is you, but that doesn't happen till you come into your last phase of this soul journey. I know, friends, it is complicated, but this topic had to be told in this hall here in London. I haven't really thought about it. I entered this room and this is exactly what has come. And I truly believe, and people who know me believe, that everything that I say is what comes to me. So this has to happen here. I know it is a complicated topic, but you guys are at that point that this knowledge needs to be discussed. You all are very evolved, right? You are at the point. So even if something you feel is tricky, today take home these words and go. And from there, automatically everything will come, right? Don't feel that, oh my God, mujhe kuch samajh nahi. Somewhere we have to start. And if it's a foreign word that I've spoken, today is the starting point, right? And from here it will only progress. This is what is law of constant progression. That means you always progress. You never regret. There is no going back. The soul is always stepping one step after another towards the destiny. And what's the destiny? Okay, but if we understand that it is only experiences that we have come for, then all this trouble that we are going through, the challenging, the depression, everything vanishes. Only experience. Then you start observing your life. What's the pattern in my life? What is happening? Then you will understand. Oh, okay. I cook for everybody. They eat paper, but nobody really thanked me. Okay, so there is a pattern here. This is what I was supposed to learn. How it feels to do things for others, but not get gratitude. That is the pattern. You have to, each one of us should determine our pattern. What is the pattern that I have come here to learn? What is the theme in this life? Then all the pain vanishes because you understand that I came here in this life for learning what is hatred. That is why my friends hate me, this hate me, that hate me. The next time someone hates you, no problem. I'll excuse you. This is my theme. Nothing to do with you. People who are coming into your life, they're only coming because you asked them to. If your friend hates you, don't hate her back. Because you have designed your life that this friend has to come and hate you. Only then you will understand. So remember, our life is only our life. Don't complicate it with people around you. It is not their story. You are the hero of your story. You are the villain of your story. There is no hero villain outside at all. Every drama is to give that experience. So now you understand what is constant progression. Thank you very much, madam. So constant progression means we only progress. To progress through this experience, you're gaining knowledge. Then this life finished, bye-bye. I like the tram, I jump in the tram incarnation, and then I go forward for a different experience. This time I go through another road, right? You never come for the same experience again and again. You should not. Otherwise, what it's like, our beloved master always used to say, you don't want to do your grade 1 10 times. You want to do grade 1 10 times. No. We think of failure, right? But there's nothing failure, right? So we have to learn the experience that we have come here for. That's what is constant, law of constant progression. Law number 4, because there are 6 laws. I can't stop it without the 6 laws, right? Otherwise we won't get dinner. Huh? Okay, we've got to be very clever in that, right? So 4th law. 3rd law was law of constant progression. That means every human being or every soul through reincarnation is progressing all the time. Whether you're meditating or you're not meditating does not matter. Every life is an experience. Once that soul understands, that means it's way ahead in its journey. Only then the soul understands. That's the problem, you see. When you are in the first part of it, you will not understand. The 4th law, which is called law of hastening progression. What is hastening? Hastening means accelerating on a faster pace. So the third law was law of progression. That is, everybody has to progress. But we can cheat. We can go in the fast lane, right? How? Law of hastening progression. We can hasten our progression. And that's what, my dear ladies and gentlemen, they're all doing. So thank you very much for being here today with me, because we are the souls who have come to that point in our soul journey where we all have realized that it's time for us to not sit back, but let's jump onto the wheel and let's drive the wheel. So far, the tram is going anywhere. Oh, I don't want to go back. I want to go here. But now you're saying, enough. I will drive my tram because I understand what is this all about. And the moment you jump into the driving seat, you can only jump in the driving seat provided you know where to go, isn't it? Otherwise, where will you go? So at this point, when we jump into the driving seat, now you understand that this is the soul cycle. There is no drama. All this drama that I thought life was is nothing but experiences only. See, life sounds so simple, sir, when we say only experiences, right? Then you start thinking, why was I crying last year when I didn't have job, or when, you know, my boss hated me? Everything appears so trivial. Once the penny drops that this life cycle is only for experiences, then all this drama that we were doing, drama as part of that, we were the main character in the drama, you start laughing and then you quit the drama and go into the director's seat. I will direct my drama from. It's always good to be director. You can write the script the way you want. But if you're a character, then you have to get involved in it. As long as you know that it's a drama, it's fine. But many times we all come from origin of Bhagavad Gita, so many of us know what this is all about. So law of hastening progression is when we realize, wow, 500 lives I have already done. Do I really want to sit in the back seat and let go for another 150? No, not required. So then you understand, or try to understand, how can I reach the destination? For that, you understand what is the destination. Then you understand what is the journey where you have come from. So you have to know the future, you have to know the past. Without knowing past, you can't think about future. And that's when the first question comes, who am I? Including Ramana Maharshi. Everyone started with this question, who the hell am I? To a normal man, if you go and say, who the, oh, you're Vaishnavi, why do you think your mother, your father? No, that's something else. Who that is? When this starts, this question, this quest starts, no matter what happens in your life, it will not satisfy you at first. And that is where meditation comes into your life. Even that is your plan, your theme of this life. Because before you come into every incarnation, you do your soul plan. What is soul plan? You write your script. And when I go, I will pick her as my mother. Yes, you choose your parents. You choose the people that will come into your life, the key people like spouses. Yeah, you don't choose your children though. Children choose you. Children come through you, but you don't own them. All the key people in my life, my brother, my sisters, yeah, why? Because after 30 years, she's going to do a major drama with me. Yeah, I need the drama. Yes, you are my sister. So you look for the family. What kind of a family? Why? To have this experience, you need the perfect condition. So from there, we always call there because Bhagwan means upar, na? So we have to look there. We don't say from here. Actually, it's from here. We look and we say, where do I go? Yeah, that's the perfect family. That much planning we do and come in every life. We don't just come and jump into somebody's womb and say, hello, I'm here. No. So much planning is happening. We pick the right parents, the parents that can give us this experience. For example, you wanted hatred, then you will pick her. Yeah, she's going to give me good hatred because she hates everybody. Yeah, let me jump into her tunnel. Because you need, if you choose a loving mother, she won't give you hatred. So, no, she won't fit my pattern for this life. Yeah, this lady hates everybody. So let's jump into her. And the moment you're born, you'll get not Vaishnavi. You're not studying, you're not doing. Come on, I'm so good, but you still hate me. And then you feel that. But understand why it is happening, because you asked for it. That is why we say we create our reality. This is how we create our reality. Whatever we are today is our own soul plan. Nobody forced us here, right? We planned because we looked at our book. Love finished, anger finished, this drama finished. Oh, hatred, I haven't finished this life. Like that we do. So like that we come. How beautiful, isn't it? Vaishnavi, don't you feel? When I learned this, I thought, wow, creation is this beautiful. I'd be mesmerized when first time I had this knowledge. I was like, oh my God, I'm so upset that nobody told me this. And from then on, I don't see the age. Even 5-year-old, say, come sit down, I'll tell you about creation. Because everyone should know this. Every child should know this, right? Otherwise, too late. By then, half the life done. Yeah. So if you see your friends tomorrow, even if they don't believe, doesn't matter. Make them sit and say, this is what it is. Hey, Vaishnavi, what are you doing? No, one day you will learn. I have sown the seeds. That's enough. You've done your job. Like how I've done my job, right? So law of hastening progression is when you start thinking about who you are, where you're going, you start doing things that can hasten your experiences. You know what do Atmas do when they're in third phase? They want quick Bhishma. Mahabharata examples I'm giving now because these are the characters you people know. Karna. They were in the last phase in life, Vruddhatmas. So what do Vruddhatmas do? They pick that point in time where the eras are transitioning, yuga transition. You know what yugas are? Yeah? So now we are in that kind of a time, my dear masters. Most of you know the word ascension. Earth is ascending at a great speed. No, madam, I don't feel everything is stable. Physically, it looks stable, but there is something called density. I know I'm introducing because I'm aware I've got so much time with London guys. So I don't know when I'll come next. So if I saw these words, at least you'll go into the Wikipedia or somewhere or Wikipedia and find out for yourself. Density. Yeah, Google it. You'll definitely know what it is. Or go through my YouTube channel. There'll be so much information. We human beings, when we started our journey, third density. Yes. We are not first, we are not second. Third density. Yeah. This is all first density. Rocks, minerals, plant and animal kingdom, second density. Human beings, third density. That's when sentinel beings, thinking beings, Vivek, logics, third density. But what we human beings have done, we don't want to come out of it. We're so comfortable hating each other, fighting with each other, worrying about jobs. So we don't want to progress. For a long time, we have been stuck in third density. But there is something that is connected with us. Who? Our Earth Mother, Gaia. There was a contract with us that we will all move together. She's got part of our consciousness. Our consciousness is linked. She can wait for us. She has waited for years. Nobody seems to be questioning except one Brahmarshi Pitama Patri sir there, one Ramana Maharshi there, somebody there. Nobody wants to know why the hell I'm here. There's no questioning. There is no finding out. Mother said, okay, you want to be in third density? You don't want to progress? Okay, you keep, I'm going.
subject topic today, right? So you all like it, right? So one more round of applause. Thank you so much. So let us felicitate Prana and Sri Rashmi and Rijit and Meenakshi. Please come and music bit, madam. Leela is coming. Music.
So pleasure to see you here and see you for a while.
Sound pinch.
And all the UK masters.
Let us give a round of applause. Yeah, all women energy today. So let's take a picture. Yeah.
UK once. So luckily, I'm his chauffeur at the time. So he's told, I asked one question. I'm a professional chess player. In my childhood, I won state championships like that. So in my childhood, and I was playing cricket as a in league cricket. So I have multiple areas where I can focus my weekend. And also I have my career path and multiple things are doing, and also this society service. So I asked sir, I have many things. How to balance this kind of thing? That question I asked one day. So he looked at my eyes and he said, "You can do all the things in parallel. We can manage. You should be multidimensional being. You are not just one person, right? You are. You can accommodate everything." So I know some people who are very much deep into one vertical. Like I know Koner Hampis, who is my friend in my chess career. So she does only one thing. When I met once after she became grandmaster, I asked, why can't you do everything? Like because she couldn't focus, so she has to go to the top of the field. So analogy is to go a lot of in me. So Sar has clarified that we can do many things. So that is one interaction I had with him. And one more thing I would say, Sar told one thing while we are traveling in the car. I think I'll conclude with this. So when any insult happens to us, right, how we should behave. Sar simply said that ha ha ha. We have to take it easy. Like just smile yourself. Nothing is going to happen. So that has helped me when I am in a situation of insult. When I am taking an insult, so that has helped me a lot. So we should be give it a go. I mean, just surrender to it. Just move on. Let it go, and just say ha ha ha, because that has relieved the tension of insult I am taking. Or somebody told me. Somebody didn't give me an opportunity or something like that. Anything will go when your mind is that confusion state or taking that answer. These are two very good important points. There are a lot of things, but thank you very much, madam. I used to follow your sessions in Zoom, but I'm so
Nice to
Let's say, ah, ah, ah. Ah, 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 ah. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Let us hear from Vijay. Thank you, Rajshekhar. Big round of applause to Rajshekhar. He's doing a lot of work here along with Raghavendra. Now we are going to hear Raghavendra sometime after Vijay. Yeah, you can see.
Again, I think many of you heard me plenty of times. Myself and my husband, both of us joined 3 years ago on 1st of June 2020. Our meditation journey started, and it was like Ginny's magic lamp for us. Day and night, whenever we get time, we used to do meditation together. And I tell, because that time I came to know Patriji plays flute. And I said, wow, he is now the Pied Piper of family or the London or whatever he calls it of the prince. And my husband always say he comes to take out the rats from our mind. And during that time, the first thing was I cured my asthma. But before we met him, Patriji, only on Zoom sessions. And I never considered him as guru. I never call him guru. I don't know. It was not there. I've seen many gurus. I wanted now friend. I lost my parents. I wanted now friend who is wise, who can give me without any judgment, who can listen my worries. I can cry. I can crack jokes onto his level, who can come to my level when I need answers from him. And he sowed the seeds, and he was that kind of friend I can relate to. I was a very shy person, though I'm a by profession teacher, come in front of all the audience, but I was not a Zoom person or the YouTube master, the people call it. But He made me heroine, I would say. Earlier, I used to say I'm a Kareena Kapoor because I'm a Kapoor, but he made me heroine or a star. Both of us, husband and wife. And I remember the particular one incident during Zoom sessions. I invited all my friends and families. I'm not so courageous. I think there were 65 of us in my family is full of jokers, and they're not going to accept me, what I was doing. They were thinking I become a goddess, and they were calling me so many different names, Soma, that Ma, this and that. But with 65 members around the world, we did this Zoom sessions. And I was, it was so beautiful. And I was crying when I came to know how meditation is, how powerful. Why my mother died so soon? If I know this wood is the magic lamp, you can cure everything. This is your destination, your plan. Why are you crying for? Just smile it and go. So that was my journey. It was so beautiful. And Patriji has given his last words. He said, I will come to your house. And I was thinking, has he cheated? But no, he's not cheated. In form of Paripatri, he came to our house. I never knew he was so sick. Both of us, we didn't know that he was sick. But he promised his last moment when he was taking his deep breath. My husband saw with the family members. So Pari, Balraj, myself, we become one. So he become universal. Yes, physically I've never seen, my husband never seen. That is the regret. But when we'll go, we'll clear that credit over there. But in this birth, no balance. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, few words. Few words. Let's follow these two. Hello, ma'am. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Myself, Raghavendra. I'll just share you two experiences Patriji in UK. Before that, yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Yes. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Our breath is our Guru. That is what our Grandmaster Patriji says. I never seen a master sorry. The two experiences I'll share you with me in UK is here when we are here in 2017 and 2018, the last visit in physical body. In 2017 at Mahalakshmi Temple East Ham, when all the masters, like before his session starts, everyone is sharing the meditation experience. I was sitting at last. I feel maybe still I'm not to that level of to share my experience. The gift he has given to me is, he called me in the part of the discussion, sharing the session. He says like, okay, he is Anuma, I am his mother, Anjana Devi. I taught to him at the age of 2 years meditation. So I always feel like a gratitude to Patriji. And the second gift I remember in the UK is, there are many things, but I just want to share the greatest things. In 2018, when he is about to leave to US from Bristol, Ravi Kiran is taking to the airport. Then he says, Annadata Sukhi Bhava. Whenever we go emotionally bit up and down in the things, whatever the words, when I try to recall him, I'll try to come back to the original position. So thank you, Patriji. Thank you. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you. So let us now hear from Maitriji. Who wants to share about your experience and your experience with Patriji also? And just quote with us. Video. Just quote on this.
Happy evening, everyone. It's so great to see you all here. And Madam, I first saw you on one of those Zoom sessions that you came to our group and you gave a speech, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I'm so honored to meet you here in person. It's such a great evening here. I haven't had a chance to meet Patriji, but I am sure that I will see him in his astral world. I'm sure I will do that. I just want to say a few things. I came to meditation about 18 months ago. On my first few days, when I sat down for 5 minutes, I couldn't even sit for 5 minutes. You know, every time I sit and I just thought, no, this isn't for me. I used to just get up and say, no, this isn't for me. I was so frustrated that I didn't think that I was ever able to meditate. But perseverance, and I'm so happy to say that I'm able to sit for a couple of hours now, which is, I'm just saying, I'm able to sit for meditation. Whether I'm actually in meditation or not, that's another thing. As Patriji always says, he says, don't expect anything. Just do it without expectation. I mean, one day I feel that it's been a good session. Sometimes I feel it's not so good, but Patriji always says, no regrets, just carry on. He says, no hurry, no worry. I mean, although I haven't met Patriji, I've listened to a lot of his speeches and I've learned a great deal. And one of the greatest thing and the really nice thing about PSSM is, you know, the freedom he's offering. He says to everyone, don't just listen to me and just do what I say. Just go ahead and you experiment. And he gives you the freedom to go and listen to all sorts of other gurujis or other forms of, you know, a lot of other information. And then he says, you make up your mind, because then only you will know what is right for you. And that freedom is what I really, really like about PSSM. And the other thing is, you know, Patriji's three main things, like meditation, swadhyayam, and sadhana sangathyam. You know, the swadhyayam bit, I never really thought, what's the purpose of it? Honestly, you know, he said, read books. And I thought, what is it all about? Until I tried it. And, you know, and the other thing is that, the one other thing is, I came to know that, you know, through his, the recommendation of the books, I mean, we all thought that, you know, or at least I thought, the spirituality is always in the Eastern countries like India, Tibet, and China, all those countries. But he's really made us realize that spirituality exists in all parts of the world. I mean, he's recommended us to read books about, you know, Anastasia from Russia, and, you know, the Carla Castaneda, you know, the Fire Within. That book is in Mexico or some part of the world like that. And, you know, there's, you know, the spirituality existed in all of the world, all over the world. You know, that really made me think that, you know, come on, this is not just the Indian thing, you know, like, you know, this is for everyone in the world. So we can really go to the whole world and say, come on, guys, you know, this is not the Indian thing, mumbo jumbo. This is for everyone. So that really, you know, really made me so impressed. And through reading now, come on, you know, my mind is blown away. You know, there's so much information. I mean, my husband sometimes thinks, you know, you're sitting and listening to all this thing, you know. I'm so addicted to it now. I'm just sitting there listening, you know, and reading. And through reading, and that's when, you know, the information becomes your knowledge, like you said, you know. I'm not quite sure whether it's become my wisdom, but at least it's there now. So I'm so grateful, and I'm so indebted to Patriji for, you know, bringing me to this meditation and keeping me here, and that's important. And I'm so pleased to meet all of you here, and it's such a wonderful evening. And, you know, Saroja ma'am said about, you know, I said no dinner. I said no dinner. We want more speeches now. You know, I'm here I'm ready to listen to you for another couple of hours here. Anyway, thank you so much, Saroja ma'am. Thank you. Really, I really appreciate for giving me this opportunity to share my experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You have shared a wonderful.
it takes energy. So if you are not enough to handle that energy, you'll not be able to read the book at all. Yeah. So that is important thing, much. And as Madam mentioned, everything is energy, much. Everything is energy. So if you're not in a position to handle that any situation or anything, you'll not be able to deal with it. Only you'll be able to deal with it when you have the sufficient energy to deal with that actually. Same way I started, I'm interested in service also, very much interested. Nobody has to tell me that I have to do this. I just go and do. I love it actually. Okay. So I started doing meditation and reading books and service. Sajjana Sangarja, I didn't do much actually, but service, I was so much love in doing service and that. You never believe me that without my knowledge, I transformed myself a lot. I came out of the depression. A lot of impact actually. There is so much to explain all of this. Even I had some plans to take some workshop also here. I'm planning for that. During that time, I'll tell my college.
Let's do that. Thank you. So the moment I said, hey, we have this program. Yes, I'm coming, Anna. So, and he's coming from Hounslow, he's coming from Chelmsford, Vijay's son. And Leela is for everywhere, he's everywhere. Heyman and Mohan Krishna is every time I say something, I'm coming, Anna. Let's do it. Thank you, Mohan Krishna. Yes. So fun.
Hi, my name is Sohan. I'm 19 years old. I started meditation just a year ago, every time. And at that time, I was quite new to meditation. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like some sort of complicated process, but then I just realized you just have to observe your breath, from that everything else follows. And I think my meditation journey really started off when I visited Pyramid Valley. And from there, I got a book, and it was really surprising because you're here as well. It was a book called Sita, and it really transformed me. I think after every page, I felt so much bliss and happiness, and it was so good to hear that you also did a translation as well. But I read the original version by Remembrance, and I got many experiences from that. So I'm very grateful to have entered it.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Envisions. I came to UK 2.5 years back to do my masters. And before coming to UK, I have spoken to Patriji. He called to my father in the COVID time, and he was talking to my father. My father is telling to him he is planning to go for the masters. All of the sudden, by and all, and he took out the phone and he was asking me. So you're going to UK, and there is the PMC. You're going to work for the PMC. That is the reason you choose the masters to do in the UK. And a lot of times, my father used to. His name is Srinivasa. I'm from Shirala, Andhra Pradesh. He asked me a lot of times. We came into meditation, so why you are also following? So you are saying that we choose our parents. Maybe because of this, we choose them to get into this path. That's true. Yeah. And complete masters here successfully. All of this all because of meditation. And when I came here, I have manifested. Like after coming here, I was sharing the friends room with the friends and all. So I thought, and they are mostly non-veg eaters and smoking alcohol. And I manifested. I want a room which with a vegetarian family. So within 3 months, I got a room. I found it in a Facebook market. They are a Punjabi people, but they are vegetarian completely. So I was very happy for 2.5 years. I'm staying there. And also, one more thing I have manifested is after finishing my master's, I want a job with a sponsorship. So as I manifested, I got an offer letter 2 days back from the company, and they are sponsoring the visa as well. And the visa sponsored process is ongoing. Every Monday they will start the sponsorship. And also, yeah, that is what the meditation experiences with me. And there are a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's one who takes care of our website, PMF UK website. Thank you, Surendra, for all the work. Thank you. And there are so many
other masters. We have a yogi sitting quietly. Dinesh Sharji. So quickly, a few words from you. He's always is doing a lot of wisdom sharings. He's the director in one of the reputed company, and he's I'll let you share.
Namaste, everyone. I came. So, for those of you who don't know me, I was a sadhu. I was a sannyasi for 14 years. I was doing a lot of meditation, 6-7 hours every day. I had to leave sannyas for some reasons which happened because it was a cult, it was an organization, certain things happened. And then I came back here to UK. All the manifestations which the previous speaker talked about. I was stuck in India for 2 years because I didn't have a British passport. So at that time I was manifesting a lot of things. At the age of 40, I did not have a university degree. I did not have a job. I did not have a penny. I had nothing, but I was manifesting big things. And that was all because of meditation. Yeah, because I've been meditating for 6-7 hours every day. And after coming back, everything manifested within a very, very short period of time. I came into contact with Patriji. My wife, Kinari, was meditating, and Patriji was on a video call. And Patriji and my wife said that my husband, meaning Dinesh, has always been telling me that I should meditate. And then Patriji called me. And then that was my first experience with Patriji. And Patriji called me Swamiji. And I was quite surprised that how would he know that I was actually a sadhu. So since then, what Patriji has done for me is really reignited my passion for self-enlightenment in this world. And all the sessions that I take, it is actually helping me with my own motivation and meditation. Meditation is the only thing that we really need to do in life. We do meditation, all the other things which Madam has spoken about, everything will take care of itself. There's only one thing that we need to do is close our eyes, observe our breath. Everything is here. Nothing needs to be done. Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, everything is here. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. One last sharing from Sunita. Take 1-2 minutes. Pranayita. It's so, I mean, while everybody is having good, you talk.
Namaskaram, everyone. Actually, ma'am, I want to speak to you Telugu first.
It's not.
Okay. Actually, నాకు Patriji ఎవరో నాకేం తెలియదు. యాక్చువల్లీ హిమాలయాస్ అంటే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అనమాట. సో వన్ డే యూట్యూబ్ లో సెర్చ్ చేస్తుంటే హిమాలయాస్ గురించి వింటుంటే నందా మాస్టర్ తో వచ్చింది. నందా మాస్టర్ కూడా నాకు ఎవరో తెలియదు. సో ఆయనది మొత్తం విన్నా అనమాట. సో అక్కడ పైన చూస్తే PMC ఛానల్ సంథింగ్ ఉంది. సో దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ దాట్ అది విన్న తర్వాత నేను సర్చ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే మీది వచ్చింది సీత. యాక్చువల్గా మహాభారతం, రామాయణం, భాగవతం వీటన్నిటి గురించి చిన్నప్పటి నుండి యాక్చువల్ మా ఫాదర్ మదర్ ఏంటంటే చాలా డివోటీస్ అనమాట. సో కొంచెం నాకు ఆ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఉంది. స్పిరిచువాలిటీ అనేది తెలుసు కానీ మెడిటేషన్ ఇవన్నీ నాకు ఇప్పటివరకు తెలియదు. జస్ట్ 20 days బ్యాక్ మీనా వర్క్ షాప్ స్టార్ట్ చేశారు, దాంట్లో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. ఇది నా టుడే ఇస్ ద 20th డే. సో యాక్చువల్గా సీత గురించి అంటే సంథింగ్ అందరికి డిఫరెంట్ వ్యూ ఉంటుంది కదా రామాయణంలో. సో మీరు చెప్తుంటే ఎందుకో నాకు దాని మీద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వచ్చి మొత్తం విన్నా అనమాట. సో అప్పుడు రియలైజ్ అయింది ఏంటి అంటే దెర్ ఇస్ సంథింగ్ మనకు తెలియని చాలా ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ ఎనీవే అనసూయ, ఋషి అనసూయ వీళ్ళందరి గురించి విన్నాము. అరుంధతి, అనసూయమ్మ, లోపాముద్ర వాటన్నిటి గురించి కొంచెం కొంచెం తెలుసు అంతే. బట్ అది మీరు విన్న తర్వాత సంథింగ్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ మై లైఫ్. అండ్ ఈవెన్ వైష్ణవి ఆల్సో షీ స్టార్టెడ్ రీడింగ్ ద అన్సోల్డ్ స్టోరీ ఆఫ్ సీత. యాక్చువల్లీ ఐ బాట్ ఎ బుక్ ఫ్రమ్ మీనా. యా, బట్ ఈ 20 days లో ఈ కొన్ని ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ కూడా ఫస్ట్ టైం. ఐ డోంట్ నో విజన్స్, ఐ డోంట్ నో ఎనీథింగ్. బట్ నేను ఎప్పటికప్పుడు మీనా చెప్పేదాన్ని. సో ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా, మీకు తర్వాత అర్థం అవుతుంది. సో
law of hastening progression. You guys are hastening it so well.
And so, actually, I'm so lucky that, Vaishnavi also had that interest. She used to ask so many questions, like, what is the universe? She likes Krishna more. She drawn this good. She done so many, even Draupadi. Why mummy actually ladies and చూస్తారు. So actually I incident జరుగుతుంది కదా మహాభారతంలో. So అది కూడా తను డ్రా చేసింది ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ యాక్టివ్స్. If I had my phone, I would show you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So last but not the least, thank you. Pranahita, few words.
Hello everyone. Yeah. Hello everyone. My deepest gratitude to our Guruji, Patriji, and thank you so much, Saroja, for being here. Thank you all for coming here. So normally in PSSM family, everyone has a big story. Once we hold our mic, we just go on and on. So because Patriji has always taught us to share our own experiences. Everywhere we go, we share our experiences. So even today, I still remember that day from 2004 or 5. The first time he called me on stage, and he really taught me how to talk on stage in front of 1,000 people. That was my first day, and there were 1,000 people. I still remember that was in Hyderabad Nova Function Hall. And the first sentence he asked me was, "What is your name?" I was so scared not to talk. So I just went, "I'm Pranahita." "What? Tell again." "I am Pranahita." So I literally told like 10 times. He kept on asking me. And by the 10th time, I was completely relaxed. And slowly I started talking about myself. But till then, there were so many things that was going on in my mind. That little voice, the scary voice, and all those things. So that is how he taught. He was my mentor. There are so many synchronicities. Even if I think about them today, I still can't believe, are they really true? Did they really happen to me? So there are so many such synchronicities. Just the second time that I met him, it was still the Begumpet airport in Hyderabad in 2005, I remember. So I was working for Satyam Computers, and that was my very first trip, very first flight trip. I have never traveled in a flight till then. So my mother and my brother, they just dropped me till the gates, and I have to go through the security. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. What is security and how do I go till the flight? And I was just confused. So suddenly there I see Patriji near the security, and he recognizes me. I just met him about 1 month ago, and that was the first meeting with him, and this is the second meeting. And he recognized me, and of course I recognized him. And he just came to me and he was talking to me. And I told him that, yeah, this is my first flight journey. And he's like, no, don't worry, you can come with me. And at that time, there were no assistants and no one was with him. He was just traveling alone. And I had 2 bags. And he told me that there's only 1 bag alone. You can give that little handbag to me and I'll keep that in my bag. So he took my handbag in, he kept in his bag, and we both traveled in the same flight. So that was very memorable. And there's some synchronicities like this. So when my mother passed away, when I came to UK in 2012, so I was very depressed. So though I know all these things, I read a lot of books on life after death and so many other things, but still, as a human being, we still have those emotions. So I was very sad. I thought I'll go to Vipassana and spend some time in meditation. So me, my brother Prabodh, and my brother-in-law, we were just going in an auto on the Hyderabad busy roads of Amirpet. We're just going in an auto, and suddenly, out of nowhere, Patrisa's car comes in front of us, and he just stops our auto, the car. It's like, and Patrisa just comes from the car, and I just go to him, and he said, I know about your mother. I got to know about your mother. "Oh, yes, sir, I'm just going to Vipassana." "No, just I'm going to Pyramid Valley. You can come with me to Pyramid Valley tomorrow." And I went to Pyramid Valley. I spent in Pyramid Valley for about 7 days, completely in silence. And also I was reading Signals book. And of course, I spoke with Patriji about life after death and all these things. He said, your mother is very happy in other worlds. Don't you worry about her. She's very happy. So, and in those 7 days, I clearly got signals from my mother. I was reading a book called Signals, and I was asking signals from my mother, and I got signals from her. Then I really understood. It's not just about reading the books, but at that time I really understood. Even though wherever they are, they can communicate with us. So even when Patriji left his physical body, just within the next 1.5 hours, I was not even in meditation. I was just sitting near a table, dining table, at a friend's place. So, and there I could very clearly sense his energies. I was just thinking, because his daughter Pari was in UK and she was supposed to take some sessions here. And because Patriji asked her to come back, so she just came back. And after Patriji left his body, we were just thinking whether to continue the sessions or not, because I was really not in a mood to take all the sessions. So I was just thinking whether to cancel those or what to do. And then very clear voice, just such a clear voice, go do your work. It was so strong and so clear. So go do your work. So and then we continued with our sessions. So yeah, and just one other experience with my little one. So most of you might know this experience because I shared it in a few of the channels. So I was pregnant with my daughter and she was due in August. And suddenly I received a call from Patriji on July 16th. And he was just talking to me and he told me, next 3 days, you do more meditation. Usually he doesn't tell like do more meditation or anything like that. Usually many times I spoke with him over the phone, but that was the first time he told me do more meditation for the next 3 days. Then I was like, okay, I think he's trying to signal me that maybe my daughter will come soon. So me and my husband, we prepared everything, hospital bag and cleaned the house and everything. And exactly on the 3rd day on Gullapalli, July 19th, she was born. So, and so many such synchronicities. And I still remember so many things. It was as if it is yesterday and as if it was just a few days ago. So many trekkings with him and so many one-to-one discussions about parallel worlds, about dreams, and so many things. It's so wonderful, so memorable. Every experience is very memorable. And thank you so much. And especially every PSSM master has so many memories with him. So everyone feels that he's so close to them. Everyone feels that he's like a family member. Sometimes even our family members may not be so close to us, but for all of us, Patriji is very, very dear to our hearts. And thank you on behalf of all the PSSM masters. Thank you so much, Patriji, for always being there for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody would like to share, or should we do vote of thanks? Oh, mine, I shared before you all came, so mine is like for Prana, Prabodh is the guru, and I mean, of course, Patriji. And Prabodh learned from Patriji, and Prana learned from Prabodh. I learned from Pranayita. She's like, so. So before our marriage, we were friends. She's been trying to teach me meditation for a long time. I said, like, meditation is for oldies, not for like youth like me when I was 24, 25 years old. But I was going through a deep depression phase, like, like Mohan Krishna said. And I was alcoholic, I was a smoker, I had insomnia problem, I had fears and phobias. So it was need of the hour for me to, it's like I was on the verge of ending my life. And I used to speak to her over the phone. She always used to tell the same thing. And one other time she told that I listened and I practiced meditation in the train, in the metro train. Within 40 days, I gave up smoking, alcohol, insomnia gone, fears gone, phobias gone, everything gone. So completely transformed my life. So with meditation. So the long story short, so that's what it happened with meditation. And with meditation, I believe everything is possible. Financial problems, financial success, professional life, personal life, in all aspects, it will definitely help. That's what I've been experiencing. Thank you. and we see so many new people. And Stephanie is also, one of the new member for our family. She's like a professional yoga teacher on yoga day also on behalf of PSSM. She took yoga lessons in Hyde Park thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. And I now invite Balaji to conclude the session and to say a vote of thanks. Thank you.
So I've been now asked to formally close this session. But before I do that, I have to express my deepest gratitude on behalf of PMC UK to every person who's been associated with PSSM, to every master who, as I mentioned earlier, is there in every nook and corner of this planet, to every person who is giving that selfless service towards humanity to make this world a better place. And to all those masters, my pranams, my deepest gratitude on behalf of every person who learned something out of them. Today is a very, very special day for me personally, because it's the day when, as I said, our dearest friend vacated the body. But it was as Madam explained to us, it was just a transition of the soul traveling into another body. And I'm sure he's amongst us somewhere. He's always be with me. He'll always be with every one of you who got to understand the inner journey of life. So before I end this session, just wanted to express deepest gratitude to Ravi Kiran, to all the PMC facilitators who arranged this wonderful evening for us, for this beautiful venue, the YMCA. Thanks to them. Thanks to every one of you who made it possible to be here. And, I wanted to actually express deepest gratitude to every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the last thank you, I saved it. Okay, I'm going to save it for the special person who came across today to us, meet us all the way from Australia. And there are no words to describe the wisdom that he kind of got from her. And the something that I actually picked up today from her was let go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to me, that has been the most wonderful thing, which I'm going to actually request you. Okay, I've got something. This, you need to present it. This thing that behind every successful man, there's a woman. But behind every woman, there also has to be a successful man. Because had that man, Harish Bhai, not decided to let go, we wouldn't have got this wonderful master amongst all of us. So I think, man, today you have to express this thank you on behalf of all of us to that wonderful gentleman. Can I have a round of big applause for him, please? Absolutely a big applause for him. And if you could just come here, sir, we want to felicitate you for having let go of her. Actually, I learned, three years ago, I also let go of my wife. And I think many of us, I think Raghavendra also agree that, all of us who, let go of people, let go of their wives to kind of, cherish in life, then they would always be success. So please, you can never let go of your wife. That's not something that He can never do. And never think about. But what I meant by let go was that at least you allowed her to kind of, go out and, blast the whole world out with her wisdom. And she's excelling in that. Absolutely excelling in that. There are no words for me to actually express my gratitude for you, ma'am, because, I've been watching you, I've been observing you. I was actually an internal auditor of Patriji, as you all know. Maybe you all don't know, I'm an internal auditor of Patriji, and I keep moving into every session to kind of, see what's happening everywhere. And that's up to you. You have a team of dedicated people with her, operating from every planet, any city, you name it. She's got her people there, volunteers who are spreading this word of meditation. So, sir, this is you. I hope, Saroja ji. Yes. I mean, I'm full of surprises, so I have to do this for you.
I think this is the best surprise I've got in a quite long time.
Yes.
As you all know, I have said many times, without his support, I couldn't have done all that I've been doing in the last 20 years. There's a lot of let go. I have sessions going on throughout the night, sometimes from the bedroom with my headphones on. This gentleman, I have no words. So, sir, actually, I have to thank you with this great idea. And I feel very good today on your behalf, whatever has happened. Thank you.
Thank you. And another one, I just want you to basically, this is for a gentleman who Ravi already mentioned earlier, who came amongst us, and he took the initiative of doing something different. Okay, and what did he do? So he thought about Hyde Park, the famous Hyde Park, where people would just come on a Sunday or kind of be there with their family, friends, and all. So this gentleman, he got this brain wave in his head. Of course, I don't know, it must be definitely because of Patriji is vision to him. He kind of manifested this idea of meditation at Hyde Park. And it's been going on for the last so many months so successfully. And we just wanted to express our deepest gratitude to you, sir, for doing this wonderful, wonderful service that you're doing towards humanity. And this is from all of us, sir, from PMC UK, for the dedication that you have shown towards humanity again.
Sir, this is basically when I was doing meditation, when we were, at Bangalore. Then during that period, in front of Patriji, we were doing the meditation. Then this vision came very clearly. I don't know the name of that part, but the name was very clearly given there. Where Diana walked there, where Diana, one of her memorial is there. In that park, you will be doing this meditation. And Hyde Park is the center of London, and it is going to start the spiritual evolution and spreading of the spirituality from London. And London is the center of England, and England is the part of the Europe's pyramid meditation. Spirituality spreading will happen from there. So that's the message we got it, and I shared that immediately with Patriji and group, and he said yes, let's go to that. That's the reason.
Thank you. So before we request all of you for the lovely dinner that's been kind of arranged for you all, I would really request all of you, if you could please stand up and give a standing ovation to yourself. First to yourself, and then to this wonderful masters who have come all the way from Australia amongst us for making this the most memorable Remembrance Day for us for years to come. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let the claps be going on, please.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, let us.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. So let us have the dinner, and let us wind up in next 15-20 minutes. Okay, so hall is till 8, but I think it's okay. We can go on till 8. Oh, let's play the song. Right? So there is a song created on Patriji's Remembrance Day. So which will be played in the background while you are having the food.
I will have a group photo before you all leave, please. Let's have a group photo once you finish your dinner. Thank you.
Yes. Bye.